people like to be distracted. They want to be afraid because they don't want to face the awful reality that probably nothing of any significance will ever happen to you in your entire life.
Well, I want a life of substance.
Yeah, but I'm saying most people will go through life. They're not going to be on American Idol. They won't win the lottery. They won't be caught in gang warfare. They'll just have their hump job in a cubicle, and they'll get a gold watch when they're 60, and they'll die of something, and that's going to be their whole life.
Rolling through the suburbs, I'm a middle-aged rapper. My credit score's tight and I'm a late-night snacker. Every Saturday I am an afternoon napper, and if I had my way I'd probably cancel Jake Tapper. Middle-aged rapper, just order the snapper. No, I won't do shots, yo, I'm just here to use the crapper. Don't call me Mick Jagger, I got a bad bladder. My doctor says to cut the sodium or get a catheter. So much obesity from inactivity. Jenny Craig is calling and she is not happy. So please decaf my tea, associate's degree. Shop at Pier 1 Imports, get a lot of potpourri. Or Bed Bath & Beyond, don't log on Amazon. Monopolize the market, piss me off like Genghis Khan. If you order pie, you better get me a pecan. And you probably already know that I brought a coupon. Head to Great Clips when I'm trying to look proper. Tell the guy behind the counter, make me look like Dennis Hopper. Then tiptoe out of there like I was Walmart's secret shopper. I don't use the B word cause it disrespects your daughter. Rolling through the suburbs, I'm a middle-aged rapper. My credit score's tight and I'm a late-night snacker. Every Saturday I am an afternoon napper, and if I had my way I'd probably cancel Jake Tapper. Don't look now, I'm a middle-aged rapper. My credit score's tight and I'm a late-night snacker. Every Saturday I am an afternoon napper, and if I had my way I'd probably cancel Jake Tapper. In my late 30s, things are going great. Trying to get a really low interest rate, so I called up the bank, put down a deposit. Got more annuities than Olive Garden's got pasta. Make a donation and deduct for charity with the 401k that I got from Fidelity. Now you're telling me I can write off my mileage? I'm throwing up dividends like 3 Mile Island. I'll never start a riot, get on a low-carb diet. And if my feet hurt, I go see a podiatrist. Christian Scientists be knocking on my door. Might wear me some khakis if they're made of corduroy. If we're having Chinese, then I'll get the bok choy. Can't drink no corn syrup, so that's why I chose LaCroix. Might clean out the closet if I get a little bored, or drive to the Home Depot in a used Honda Accord. Rolling through the suburbs, I'm a middle-aged rapper. My credit score's tight and I'm a late-night snacker. Every Saturday I am an afternoon napper, and if I had my way I'd probably cancel Jake Tapper. Don't look now, I'm a middle-aged rapper. My credit score's tight and I'm a late-night snacker. Every Saturday I am an afternoon napper, and if I had my way I'd probably cancel Jake Tapper. Then I hit the drive-thru cause my wife is feeling thirsty. She gave me an order and you know it's extra dirty. Hurry up and go get her a cold brew coffee, sugar-free soy mocha with a pumpkin spice latte. Next I got a busy day of grilling on the porch, killing off mosquitoes with a garden tiki torch. Don't walk on my lawn or you might get the earth scorched.
All right, welcome to we are live streaming on social media. We are on the radio right now. We are going to leer something. We're going to leer you something, whether you like it or not. It's going to be an afternoon. A lot of leering is going on, right? Steve Loves Ammo at Steve Loves Ammo on X.
Absolutely, we're going to leer you so good.
We're going to leer you the best leering. Steve Loves Ammo is here, the right-wing media firebrand from X, who also just so happens to be a resident of Southeast Texas, which is awesome. Happy New Year to you, my brother from another. What's in the paper bag? What do you got there? I don't mean to brag, but show everybody how I wrap a Christmas gift real quick.
Well,
look at that. It's a bottle of booze in a paper bag. Merry Christmas to you, Steve.
Chug.
Yeah, chug.
Finish it before this hour's up.
Absolutely. And then also in the studio right now from KTRH News and our KPRC News Radio Sunday afternoon host, Ethan Buchanan is here right now.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And Ethan, I gave you the gift of meat this year.
Yes, Kenny gave me his meat for Christmas.
I gave you a gift card to a Cajun meat deli. I don't even know what it's called, La Bouche or something.
La Boucherie.
Guys, we have a problem. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I hate corruption. And I love Kwanzaa. And I love Twixmas.
Kwanzaa.
It's Kwanzaa today. Today's the fifth night of Kwanzaa. the Pan-African Marxist holiday that takes us from Christmas to New Year's. Are you not aware?
I don't pay attention to
You didn't
fake
know-
holidays like that.
Steve, you didn't know it was Kwanzaa? Oh, my God.
I know of Kwanzaa. I just didn't know the date. Sorry.
Steve, that is super offensive.
Okay. Be
How-
offended.
Do you know what Twixmas is?
Is that the time in between Christmas and New Year's?
It's the same thing as Kwanzaa minus all the Pan-African Marxist stuff.
I was hoping it was something better, like the Twix, the candy. Like you just hand out a bunch of Twix there. Like, Merry Twixmas.
Brought to you by Hershey's Candy Company. No, Twixmas is what racists call Kwanzaa, I think. Right, Ethan? Is that the gist of it?
I feel like it's like Toyotathon, right? You know, like there's Toyotathon, Happy Honda Days, and Twixmas. Which Steve, I like your idea. Hershey's or whoever is missing a massive promotional opportunity.
Yes.
Get John Cena to voice it. Do some commercials. You'll make billions. But yeah, all of those are infinitely more real, I feel like, than Kwanzaa. But maybe that's just because I'm white.
Maybe
Well-
yesterday could have been Mr. Goodbar Eve.
Mr. Goodbar Eve.
Now you guys have figured it out. If only we had corporate sponsors. Sadly, we do not. We do have this, though. To celebrate Kwanzaa this year, here's some news about the Harris County Treasurer.
View of success in this particular role is to be a role model for those people who are coming behind me.
This was Dr. Carla Wyatt speaking.
Okay,
on
that's
Tuesday.
Carla Wyatt, the Harris County Treasurer. I had some video. Here, I'll put it on the screen there. Not only is she a PhD, she's an automobile enthusiast, I am told. Here to explain why she's an automobile enthusiast, Holly Hansen from TheTexan.news. Holly, happy Twixmas. Twixmas or Kwanzaa, Holly?
Well, okay, I resist that. It's the sixth day of Christmas.
Okay,
Sure.
now I
Going by
like
the
that.
old way. So I'm not, that's what I observe. Sixth day of Christmas, and there's like some geese somewhere or something we're supposed to have, but I don't know what. Harris County Treasurer Carla Wyatt was arrested on the 27th for allegedly breaking into a car with the intent to steal something from it. This hit the news. It's a slow news week, so it's kind of catching everybody's attention. But it's not her first run-in with the law since she was elected to be the Harris County Treasurer. She was arrested in 2023 for alleged DWI. I was just looking at her records there with the Harris County Clerk's Office, and it looks like she even violated the bond conditions on that arrest. But later her bond was reset. She got to do a pretrial diversion program, and those charges were dismissed. But now she appears to be in trouble again. Not quite sure what's going on here. There's not a lot of information available, but she's out on bond again, and I guess we're gonna find out a little bit more about this incident in the coming weeks. She's on the ballot again next year, running for re-election to be the Harris County Treasurer again.
Boy,
But,
if I was her opponent, it's too late to file, right? Like you can't. If you just found out that the Harris County Treasurer is a drunk driving car burglar, purportedly, then it's too late for you to throw your hat in the ring and be like, I'd be better than that.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, you know what? I don't know if someone has filed to challenge her. I'm guessing there's a Republican that's filed to challenge her, but she's probably going to be the Democratic nominee.
Which means
so-
if she's the Democratic nominee, you could say it, I won't. She'll probably end up probably going to win. So, I know I don't want that to be true. I mean, it could go the other way. We don't know. Everything we've heard about this upcoming election year, Holly, is that it's going to be terrible for Republicans. It's going to be the worst election since 2018 when Beto O'Rourke brought us Lena Hidalgo. It's going to be that kind of disappointment. But I don't know. They could be wrong. They've been wrong before, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody predicted that, Democrats were going to sweep a lot of those races last year, and we did see a number of Republicans win in Harris County. Now, they were Republicans who are running for some of the judicial seats, and everybody, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, is a little worried about the way criminal justice issues are being handled in Harris County. So it's kind of, a little easier for them. We are seeing Governor Greg Abbott saying he's going to pour money into Harris County. He's starting to get involved there. But, I don't know, the signs don't look great for Republicans next year in those mid-cycle elections. But, Republicans are definitely not ignoring Houston and Harris County in this election cycle. So I think we're going to see a lot going into this this primary season.
At Steve Loves Ammo, do you have any thoughts on purportedly drunk driving car burglars who keep track of the county's money?
Well, that's kind of par for the course, right?
I know.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, so in my opinion, like for Democrats, this wouldn't be a deal breaker. It would
No,
just,
no,
you know,
it won't. No, they don't care. They don't care at
they
all.
really don't vote blue no matter who, right?
Sure.
So I mean, it just depends
Well,
on.
we had a I'm sorry to interrupt you, Steve. We had a candidate, I think he was in Sugar Land, a Republican state rep that was reelected even though he was actually in jail at the time.
And he was a Republican.
No, he wasn't a Republican.
So was he like behind bars when the announcement was made that he won re-election?
I think so. I think I'd have to go back and look at the history of it, but I think it's, as I recall, it was State Rep Ron Reynolds, perhaps.
Can you imagine? Can you
I-
imagine celebrating your re-election campaign with your prison mate?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to celebrate some kind of way. Yeah, he was reelected in 2018 while serving a jail sentence.
I thought you said he was a Republican, but it says here he's a Democrat. So
No,
that's
Shocker.
he's a Democrat.
okay.
Yeah,
now
definitely Democrat.
if
Did
I'm
I
not
say
mis-
Republican? No, I misspoke.
didn't this also happen to Jesse Jackson Jr. or some Illinois Democrat was in jail and he still won? That's amazing. I mean, and Dennis Hoff. Do you guys remember Dennis Hoff? Dennis Hoff was a libertarian Republican famous for being the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. He had a TV show on HBO called Cat House. I know that because he once appeared on our radio show to give away a free trip to go meet a woman of the night with to a father that listened to the show who was dying of cancer, which is a weird.
Wow.
I know that's the kind of radio that we do.
I was thinking you knew him because you went to
Amazing.
the Bunny Ranch.
It's Kenny Webster and Pursuit of Happiness Radio and the Walton and Johnson Radio Network, featuring at Steve Loves Ammo, Dads with Cancer, Hookers, Holly Hansen, and KTRH's Ethan Buchanan. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I love this show.
Holly, when you look back on the year 2025, what will you remember the most?
Ooh, what will I remember the most? Well, in covering Houston and Harris County, it's certainly been an interesting year watching the Commissioner's Court with County Judge Lena Hidalgo duking it out with her fellow Democrats on Commissioner's Court. We were all kind of waiting to see if she was going to run for re-election, but she's not. And there were these outbursts, and we'd seen those increasingly happen over the past couple of years. But this year, she just really kind of took the gloves off and was going after the other Democrats who weren't siding with her on some of the policies she wanted to pass. I mean, she wanted to expand our taxes or increase taxes to cover that pilot daycare program that they launched using COVID relief dollars. And, two of her fellow Democrats said, no, we're not going to ask the taxpayers for another increase this year over that. And she's pretty irate about it. Also, they sided with the court's lone Republican and saying we need to give our law enforcement officers a raise this year. And so they did that. But yeah, it's been increasingly ugly, and it looks like it'll continue to be until she leaves office at the end of next year.
Everybody's looking at the Somalian, Minnesota federal government money fraud news stories today. And we've been told that by acknowledging it, we're white supremacists. I also can't help but notice here, this Ron Reynolds guy is the first elected African-American to represent Fort Bend County in the Texas House of Representatives since the Reconstruction era. The other woman we were just talking about, the Harris County Treasurer, Carla Wyatt, claims that she was running for office to be an inspiration to POCs, she said. And then I feel like if you combine all this information together, and I hate to say this out loud, Holly, because I am not a white supremacist, but this does seem to help a lot of white supremacists come up with talking points, doesn't it?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
I wouldn't.
Right?
They're the ones saying it. I think it's bad. I'm against that, for the record.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
Yeah, I agree. We've had other public corruption cases in Harris County, like Barbie Robinson was the head of the health department, and she was indicted on felony charges. But after the new DA took office last year, those charges were dropped too.
Shocker.
And then, of course, we had Lena Hidalgo's staff were indicted, but those charges all went away. So I don't know. You're kind of I think there's some public corruption that people are concerned about on both sides of the aisle.
I am glad you brought up Lena Hidalgo staffers, because you almost ruined Kwanzaa here, only mentioning public officials. Lena Hidalgo.
Yeah, I think that they're white, so yeah.
That is a relief. Holly, you have just saved this segment. I was getting nervous there. Ladies and gentlemen, Holly Hansen from the Texan.news. She's against white supremacy. I know her personally. We all are. We're all against it. Holly, if someone wanted to subscribe to the Texan.news, or perhaps buy a subscription for one of their family members who's not a white supremacist, just so we're all clear about that, would that make a good post-Christmas holiday gift? And what would it cost somebody?
It would make a great gift. It's if you just go to thetexan.news, you can also send a gift subscription. We provide some great content that a lot of times you won't find anywhere else, unique analysis. And goodness, I'm not in charge of these things, but I think it's less than $10 a month.
That's a good deal. That is a great deal. That is a bargain for what you get.
Put food on my table, and I appreciate that.
And you get to enjoy the charming words, the accompaniment of Holly Hansen's verbiage as she types things onto your screen. That's fantastic. Holly, peace be with you. Happy New Year's to one of my favorite people on earth. I love you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Love you too. Happy sixth day of Christmas. I hope you get your geese.
And thank you for putting up with all of our saucy language here. Steve, are you Catholic, Steve?
No, I'm not.
It'd be a lot cooler if you were. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Everything you've heard is a lie. Well, unless you heard it from the mouth of Kenny Webster. All facts. Even the bit about his little Kenny. Oh, sorry, bro.
Hey.
I mean, big Kenny. You're listening to Kenny Webster's Pursuit of Happiness.
So we are in the middle here of recording segments for the afternoon radio broadcast. Very important broadcast. But while I'm moving files around and manipulating things here at this mixing board in front of me, my buddy at Steve Loves Ammo has some things to promote right now, don't you? What's going on with you, Steve?
Oh, man, it's been kind of a wild 2025, man. I just got back from AmFest. AmFest was really amazing. I think about 30,000 or 40,000 people were there. Got to meet a lot of online influencers, Zeke Arkham, you name it. Everyone was there.
Do you find the criticism of Erica Kirk to be a little, what is your opinion of it? People have so many opinions about this woman. I don't think she's perfect, but I do feel like the criticisms of her have gone a little far. People don't like how she dresses, or they think she looks evil, and I don't know, it just seems like a lot. It's a lot to take in about a woman whose husband just got murdered.
Yeah. So this one's a very difficult topic to discuss, because you have to look at it from both angles, I guess. Immediately after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, a ton of conspiracy theories came out, right? And then some of the larger accounts kind of ran along with it, and then everyone else started looking into this and started, I guess, feeding into it and, criticizing everything, like what Erica Kirk was wearing. This doesn't look like a woman that's mourning, and all this other stuff. What my entire goal for going to AmFest was to continue Charlie Kirk's message of God, family, country, and that was it. The speakers are really good too. I really enjoyed Tucker Carlson. Michael Knowles is really good. J.D. Vance is dropping hammers like he does all the time.
How about the thing with Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson having words with each other, and then the vice president calling out Nick Fuentes? I don't think this is funny, so nobody laugh at this.
I'm going to laugh.
But J.D. Vance told Nick Fuentes to eat shit, and then Nick Fuentes said that he was honored to have the vice president invite him to eat a traditional Indian meal. Now, I don't like Nick Fuentes, and I don't endorse that joke. But if you were in a comedy club, that would get a laugh.
Amazing,
I think so, too. All right, we're going to go back on. Just so we're clear, we don't like the racism, so knock it off. All right, we're back. It's gotten a little racially provocative around here. And I just want to remind everybody that we are pro-diversity on this afternoon broadcast. We are all about it. I always find it weird when people are making the pro-diversity arguments. They're always like, the food. The food, you can't think of one other reason. Look, I'm not a globalist. I'm a nationalist. I'm a libertarian nationalist. I believe make America as free and cool as possible, and then make it hard to get in, like an exclusive country club. That's kind of my that's my perspective of hopefully the future of America. But I will say this, diversity is good for economic purposes. You need labor. You need people with money to come here. And they're like, you know, curry, that's what you lead with? That's such an intellectually devoid argument, isn't it?
I have a story about curry.
I can't wait to hear.
So when I lived in Louisiana before I moved to Texas, this was after I got out of the Army.
Some of the best food in the world.
Correct.
In Louisiana.
I went to an apartment complex because I was trying to find my own place, right? And this place was in downtown Lafayette.
Sure, I know it well, yeah. Near Broussard, home of Michael's Men's Club and Maryland's Fine Steakhouse.
I've never been there.
It's an advertiser. I've been paid to go there. Go on.
I've actually been there. But anyways.
I knew it. You're lying. I knew you were lying.
Yeah, but at least I'm honest. And lying.
And lying.
Yeah, whatever.
It's fine.
Anyway, so I go to this apartment complex, and the lady shows me around, and she's like, hey, we have this apartment. It's really nice. It was a nice apartment, but I walk in, guess what I smell?
Oh, the Indian food, South
Yes,
Asian food. Yeah.
Straight up curry. And they're like, we do not know how to get this smell out.
Because the previous owners.
Yes, I decline.
Okay, I don't have a problem with it. Like, I'll eat Indian food. There's a really good Indian food restaurant right down the street from here that got a Michelin star. And for some reason, mandatory tip. I don't know why they don't trust their customers not to tip. I don't know what it is about their clientele. But really good food. However, the food in that restaurant smells nothing like my neighbor's food, who happens to be from Pakistan. It just doesn't smell the same to me. My neighbor's food smells like somebody's cooking feces in a frying pan. I don't know it doesn't smell good to me. But you go in the place Musafar's or whatever it's called down the street. It smells amazing. Obviously, it's very. It's why you get a Michelin star.
A Michelin? I've never heard of that.
Michelin
or a Michelin?
Michelin. What did I say?
Michelin.
Michelin tires.
Yes.
No, it's Michelin tires.
What is it?
Michelin.
Michelin. Yeah.
Isn't that a C?
It's a CH.
I don't know. Isn't that the strangest thing, though, that the people that review the finest restaurants in the world also make tires for some...
I can tell you where that came from.
Oh.
Well, I know the story, too, but I want you to talk. Ethan hasn't gotten to talk much, and he's the only Zoomer in the room. Go ahead, Ethan. What do you got?
Okay, so to make a long story short, the whole premise behind the Michelin star is the Michelin tire company wanted people to drive more.
Right.
Their theory to get people to drive more is we'll give these high ratings to these faraway restaurants to make people want to go eat there. They'll drive more. We'll sell more tires.
It's kind of brilliant, actually.
Wow.
It's smart. It worked.
I mean, it worked. Right, here we are.
People travel all over the world for... They sell more jet fuel doing it now.
It's
than
not
tires.
a Goodyear reviewed restaurant. It's not a Cooper reviewed restaurant, obviously. Hey, speaking of delicious food, let's now go to Minneapolis, home to
the Mogadishu poo-poo platter.
How is it? Did we talk about this the last time you were here?
Yeah, we had what's his name?
You had Gavin McInnes.
Gavin McInnes, yeah.
Gavin made a great point. You had the mayor of Minneapolis at your Somalian food restaurant, and you served what looks like slop on paper plates.
Right.
And look, I don't know if you're being... This isn't about the people, all right? I'm just saying the food looks gross to me. That's all I'm saying. Now, since then, it's only gotten worse for people in Minneapolis, particularly with the scandals involving fraud. Shocking, unearthed footage shows parents pretending to drop off kids at a Minnesota daycare center. The video is from 2018, a state fraud case. Shows Minnesota parents dropping off their children at a daycare center and then leaving with the kids moments later. Authorities are probing, as you know, this rampant billion-dollar fraud scheme in Minneapolis. Back in 2018, a Somali person, a Somalian from Minnesota, was the whistleblower to this fraud scheme, and weirdly, it did not make national news until this week.
All of a sudden, there was a boom, and people were buying very expensive homes and posting about those homes.
Where was all the money coming from?
Everybody knew, but nobody had the courage to speak about it because they understood the repercussions. So I decided to speak out.
Afraid of repercussions for speaking out in the Twin Cities, Abdi went on a trip to Africa early this year. When he got there, he says he was attacked and pepper sprayed for information he put online regarding feeding our future.
All right, here's what I'm concerned. Here's what I'm concerned about, guys. What if Kash Patel stops hanging out with his really ridiculously hot girlfriend and eating that delicious food they probably cook in their house together, and he sends agents to go arrest Tim Walz? Tim Walz escapes into the forests in Minnesota, and since he's such an amazing outdoorsman, we never see him again. Steve, you go first. What do you think?
I don't think he ever I don't think he would ever go in the woods because I've seen him try to reload a shotgun.
What? You don't think Tim Walz is amazing outdoorsman / football coach?
Do you remember the 2024 election when the campaign videos with, like him working on a car? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that one, but I do remember him trying to load a rifle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that video is pretty easy to find. I didn't even have to try to find this. Look, there it is to those of you watching our live stream right now. He just got a rifle. At Steve Loves Ammo, this must drive you nuts.
Yeah, it does.
He doesn't know how to load his rifle. And you know what he just did? He just signed an executive order in Minnesota. Mr. Outdoorsman, Mr. I'm a hunter, Tim Walz, who can't load his own rifle, just signed an executive order to limit the amount of ammo people can buy in the state of Minnesota.
Of course.
He doesn't love ammo.
No, he doesn't.
He's not at Tim Loves Ammo.
Tim hates ammo.
Tim hates ammo.
All right. So I have a few points.
Okay, yeah, lay it on us.
Okay, so I forgot what I wanted to say about Timmy. It doesn't matter.
All right, Tim
the
was
whistleblower.
Okay, the whistleblower got pepper sprayed.
He reminds me of the Somalian Bob Ross that we've always needed.
Oh, wait, why?
I don't know. He looks like Bob Ross, but
He just
Somalian.
looks like Somalian Bob Ross.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, I don't want to be the one to bring this up. I know it was a voice we were hearing that was a man, but I think that was a woman on the screen, and the man was translating what the woman was saying.
Is that a woman?
I couldn't tell.
Guys,
Let's bring it back up. Hang on.
I'm pretty sure that.
Let's look for Adam's apple.
Okay, hang on. Let me get it back on the screen.
He
here.
doesn't have a neck. How are you going to see an Adam's apple?
I am pretty sure. Hang on. Let me throw this up here. This is. Look, it's got breasts, or she. I don't mean to say it. Like
it could be moobs.
They them have something going on. We know that.
Abdi Osman Noor. Oh, you're right. It's a Somalian man, but it's got breasts. It's taking a ridiculously long time to load on the screen. I mean, the video. The person's a human, obviously. But it says, you know what? You're right. It's a man. So we'll just leave it at that. Because this to me looks like. There we go. Look at these jugs.
Put RFK Jr. to work right now.
Bro, these are double D's. That's a dude. Those jugs are humongous. That's amazing. I don't even get, how does that happen, Steve?
Yeah.
What is that Somalian food doing to these people?
He is not eating a carnivore diet. I promise you that.
Ethan Buchanan is here right now. Ethan, does this make you hungry for Somalian food?
I am in emotional turmoil over this entire.
But you like exotic food. You married an Asian woman.
I like Asian food, but I like only very certain Asian food. I only like Asian food if it's cooked by the Hispanics at Panda Express.
Oh yeah, I want authentic sushi made by a Mexican.
Exactly.
Right on.
And see, my problem is at the end of the day is I have a white man's food palate. Like if we're spicier than milk, I'm out.
Hang on.
So I definitely couldn't do. I like Cajun food. I don't even like Cajun food.
You don't like Cajun food? I just gave you a gift card to a Cajun deli.
I will try anything once, but I don't think that just because you put a bunch of seasoning on all that crap that you dug out of the swamp, you get to call it food.
I mean, he's got a point there. Just because it's spicy doesn't mean it's good. And I say that as somebody that's a big fan of spicy food. I love spicy food. I think it's amazing. All right. So the Somalians are in trouble. Now, there's a bunch of judges. 3 AWFL, affluent white female liberal Minnesota judges, are making headlines for the most predictable reasons imaginable. What do we know about white female AFWLs? Are you familiar with the, you guys?
I've never heard the abbreviation before.
But now that I've said it out loud, does it make perfect sense to you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get this up on the screen here. So these are the women. These are the AFWLs. Judge Sarah West, Judge Amber Brunin, Judge Hilly Caliguri. Basically, millions of dollars were stolen, but the conviction wasn't allowed because the judges said so. These judges won their recent races entirely with no opposition. Multiple corrupt Minnesota judges are on fire for dismissing a flurry of recent Somali fraud cases. As it turns out, Judge Sarah is Abdel Yusuf, has some connection to Abdel Yusuf. Judge Amber is Yusuf's wife, Lul Ahmed. I don't understand how they wrote the tweet here. These are the people they were trying to convict. I get it. Anyway, they let him off. They didn't get in any trouble there. Didn't this seem like the exact group of women that would be like beheaded or enslaved if they were in Somalia?
Absolutely.
that-
Used as a propaganda video.
I know it's a touchy. You're not allowed to talk like that out loud, but
Oh, after they were tortured and raped. Let's be honest about it.
would you send your daughter to Somalia? No, that seems like a terrible place to go. Boy, there are some good memes though. For if the Somalian fraud, it may have cost us billions of dollars, but good Lord, the memes are just fantastic.
A small price
Yay,
to
we
pay.
get memes
A
out
small
of rampant
price to pay.
fraud.
One
So
of my
excited.
one of my favorite websites to look at every morning is Not the Bee. Are you guys familiar with Not the Bee? Not the Bee is the Babylon Bees news website.
Right.
And Ethan, you look at this a lot at the KTRH newsroom. I wake up, Democrats do something blatantly illegal, GOP politicians are outraged, nothing happens. It's a cycle. So that's there's a good meme there. Scrolling down here, you all know this meme with young Darth Vader and Princess what's her name. But you're not just going to tweet about it, and then he makes a dirty look. You're not just going to tweet about it. Memes aren't as funny when you read them on the radio, are they?
To all of you listening, we're having a great time looking at it.
Thank you.
Late last night, after a few beers, we discovered the art of deceiving politicians. Just tell them the truth, and they'll never believe you. Kenny Webster's Pursuit of Happiness.
All right, it's a special Steve Loves Ammo edition of Kenny Webster's Pursuit of Happiness. Steve's here right now. Steve, did you have a good Christmas with your wife and your kid and all that stuff? Hang on, turn that mic on.
What? No, you turn that mic on.
I have to. I'm the only one that has the control. I pretend like I'm talking to someone, like as if there's a producer here or whatever, but it's just me talking to my left hand.
Maybe you could just mute me next time, and they can. It's like I'm Helen Keller.
Did you ever do the Helen Keller's? Helen Keller's not real. Helen Keller is an urban myth. A blind,
No.
deaf
I
socialist
don't
wrote books
believe that.
about Marxism.
She
People-
is real.
We should have thought of a lie like that.
Maybe so.
Hey, Ethan, real quick, if people want to check out your podcast, what is it? How do they hear it?
Yeah, the Next Gen Report. It's wherever you listen to podcasts. It's on the radio Sunday, 7 p.m. right here on KPRC. You can listen on the free iHeartRadio app. And I'm on Twitter @_Ethan Buchanan. My wife is Chinese, so she got me on TikTok @_Ethan Buchanan. Lots of clips and highlights there. Join the conversation. Let's argue about the Astrodome or whatever.
I love it. Well, what do you think we should do about the Astrodome?
Kill it with fire. I'll blow it up myself. I don't get rid of that stupid thing. I'm so sick of that.
My friend Evan Mintz at the Houston Chronicle has the best idea for this. We make it into a coliseum. Houston is the only city in America with ruins. We have the Astrodome.
All right.
What if now Ethan's going to jump in here and be like, but the mildew, the mold. All right, give everybody a gas mask and a helmet and have them walk around like you're touring the Roman Colosseums.
But here's the other thing. I don't think they're going to go tour it.
You don't think people are going to want to take a tour of the Astrodome?
No.
If I told you right now, don't just tell me what you think I want to hear. You've been living in Texas, for years? Certainly you your whole life. If I told you right now, $20, you put on one of those COVID masks or whatever they give you. I don't know. They don't work anyway. And a helmet, and I'll go take you on a tour of the Astrodome. I'll show you where Cal Ripken Jr. used to do cocaine with Daryl Strawberry. I'll show you where the billionaire oil executives used to get old fashions from their mistresses. Or you don't want to look at that? You wouldn't be fascinated?
You would need to be the tour guide for this to sell it.
Steve, I could nail that tour.
I know
bro.
you could.
I would take a tour from you, but I think at the end of the day, the problem with the Astrodome is it's not in a central location. It's not in a nice part of town. Even if you open it up for tours, is somebody going to go, maybe on Kwanzaa they'd go, but is somebody going to go out of their way all the way to that remote corner of the city where the crime is terrible, the parking is worse, and the traffic will kill you?
Okay, I need to explain something to people that don't live in Houston that are watching us on social media right now. Ethan has just described every part of Houston. Every part of Houston is a nice neighborhood next to a crack house, next to a strip club, next to a church, next to a hipster coffee shop. I don't know why Houston's like this. Houston is like a field of weeds where just anything can grow. Anything can grow anywhere you look. There's a sketchy massage parlor next to a children's daycare center, next to an Indian restaurant, next to a gun range. It's all right there.
But we don't have Leering centers.
No, we don't have a Leering Center.
We don't
no.
have Leering Centers.
All right, we're going back on the radio, everybody. Hang on a minute. I know this feels like it's the show, but it's not. It's the in-between the show part. Hold on. All right, this right here is the last segment of the year. For me, Kenny Webster. The next time you hear me, I will be on the radio in Colorado, broadcasting from the Walton and Johnson studios, the 10%er studios on the tippy top of a mountaintop, as our friend AOC would describe it. She loves things that are at the tippy top. And I love being on the radio with you guys. That's why I'm excited to do my year in review right now with at Steve Loves Ammo and at Ethan Buchanan. That's actually not your at. What is your at on X?
@ Ethan Buchanan.
I want people to follow Ethan. Ethan is he's a young Padawan. I guess that's a Jedi thing. I don't know. But he's in his early 20s. He's a Zoomer. He's the youngest on-air talent we have in conservative radio in Houston, Texas. I think that's kind of a big deal considering this is a city with Michael Berry. Jesse Kelly is on this radio station. Got his start here, as a matter of fact. And, of course, the Walton and Johnson Show and yours truly. Ethan, of all the celebrities that died this year, why will you miss Malcolm Jamal Warner the most? Go ahead.
I mean, he was just so inspirational to me. I mean, everything he stood for, and please don't cancel me. And I love him so much, and I'm hip.
What show was he on, by the way? I'm just curious.
He was on a really inspirational show that did a lot for the community. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Please don't cancel me.
He's not old enough to know who Malcolm Jamal Warner is. You know who it is.
No, I don't.
Theodore Huxtable.
Oh, okay. Now I know who that is. All right.
Ethan, who is Theodore Huxtable? Wow. Wow.
All of these people sound like civil rights icons. I don't know. I don't know who this is.
Malcolm Jamal here. Let me put it up on the screen here. You've never seen this black face right in the middle here on the screen. This handsome TV. This is as a child that grew up in the 80s. I spent a lot of time watching Theodore Huxtable on TV.
I know who Robert Redford is.
And I'm only using color to describe him because we're on the radio and I have to paint a picture for people. Diane Keaton, Robert Redford, Malcolm Jamal Warner, just some of the very important Hollywood celebrities who died this year. But Malcolm was really young. He wasn't Theodore Huxtable. Do you think he was just mad about, what happened with Bill?
Maybe. I don't know. How old was he?
Like in his 50s. He wasn't that old. He's very, I mean, he played a teenager on TV in the 80s and the 90s. We're just looking at a list of all the celebs that died this year. Do you remember Melanie Watson? From Different Strokes. Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Take it, Steve.
I didn't watch that show, man.
What might be right for you? You didn't watch any of the black sitcoms?
No, I didn't.
Man, I knew you were racist.
True white supremacist.
Name one black show right now that you watch, Steve. Come
Family
on.
Matters.
Okay.
Steve Urkel.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely. All right. No, street cred returns to you.
As the days go
by, it's different love of the family. Ethan, you're not old enough to remember TGIF. All right,
is that the restaurant?
No, well, it is. Back in the 80s and the 90s, ABC would do this thing on Friday nights where they would have TGIF. It was Full House, Balky Baltakamoose, Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, Life Goes On. Not Life Goes On. What channel was that on? Do you ever think about that? Life Goes On was a TV show about a little boy with Down syndrome. And he was the hero of the show. He was the star of the show. He would always solve the problem. And then at some point, that show went off the air. And then the R word, retard, became unpalatable. Suddenly, that wasn't socially acceptable to say. It used to be socially acceptable. Then they took it away from us. And right around the time when that word was erased from polite society, now it's back thanks to Donald Trump getting reelected. But right around the time when they removed that word from polite society, the representation of people with Down syndrome basically disappeared from television. You never saw a person with Down syndrome on TV after that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But you used to in the 80s. You're about my age. How old are you? 30-something, 38, 39, 40? How old are you?
41.
You're 41. You're okay, close enough. Yeah, you're my age. I'm 43. You must remember they used to have people
like I did not watch that. Like, so my dad kind of like controlled the TV growing up, so we watched a lot of like Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Hogan's Heroes, all that old shit.
Classics.
Oh, we're on the radio? Oops.
Yeah, we're back on the radio.
Oops,
you can't
my
say
bad.
that. That's okay. We'll correct it. For those, I apologize if you just heard a clip in your radio. Steve loves ammo, and he also loves profanity, if I'm not mistaken.
Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you. That's okay. We'll correct it, though. But, hey, real quick, though, did you guys know about this while we're on the topic of neurological disorders? I don't know how else to explain this politely. This was a story today in the New York Post. I could not believe this was a real thing. If I could just get that ad off the screen so I could show you the headline. God, the New York.
You need a 30-day Tai Chi plan, obviously, for beginners.
That's what the ad says. That's why he's saying it to those of you on the radio. How a bigger looking butt. Why don't read it for us, Ethan? What does it say?
How a bigger looking butt could be a sneaky sign of autism and ADHD.
Did you know that people with big old Dunkadunks are statistically more likely to have autism? Steve Loves Ammo, you must have a lot to say. That's why you're thinking so deeply right now with your hand in your face in your hand there.
I think this kind of tracks. Look, AOC, big booty Latina.
That's what I said.
Dude.
I used the same example.
Wow. Well, great minds think alike.
I've got a video of her here somewhere to use.
What about Kim Kardashian? There you go.
Oh, my God. Kim
Every
Kardashian.
female rapper. Every single one.
Wow. we might need to trust the science on this one.
Okay, if this is a year in review episode, here's one thing I did not expect to learn this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised to learn that almost every rapper is gay. I never would. The P. Diddy thing taught us so. They were all going to orgies with each other. They were all covering a slip and slide with baby oil, and then they'd spread their legs over it, and comedian Bruce would get his balls slapped by Bruce.
You have way more details than I do about this.
Except for 50 Cent.
50 Cent is the only one, and he's a Houstonian. What does that tell you?
Oh, man.
You know who else was like this? UGK.
Underground King.
Bun B, and what's the other guy's name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Pimp C, right?
Yeah.
There's this old video of Bun B and Pimp C, the rappers from Houston, and they're talking about like way back in the 90s how they don't go to the parties. They were hinting at it in an MTV interview. They're like, yeah, they have these we don't go. We both have a wife. We have kids. We don't. Those parties are kind of weird, and they don't really explain what it means. And the video is like 20, 30 years old at this point. And after P. Diddy got arrested, suddenly the video went viral again because people's minds were blown. Oh,
that's what they were talking about.
Bun B meant he doesn't go to gay orgies with Puff Daddy.
Right. With thousands of bottles of baby oil.
That's what it meant. Anyway, I don't remember Melanie Watson. She died this year. Back to what we were talking about. Rob Reiner died. That was sad. Mohammed Bakri. I don't know a lot of these people. Perry Bamonte. He died. Oh, I'm going to miss Perry. I don't know who he is. Adam the Woo is a YouTuber. Can you explain who Adam the Woo is? You're a Zoomer. You must know.
I got nothing.
You don't know who that is? I'm beginning to think Entertainment Weekly's list of dead celebrities is a little thin. There were famous people that died this year. How is it that we're halfway down the list? We still haven't seen Hulk Hogan.
Wow, that's true.
Ozzy. Rob Reiner, Ozzy Osbourne, Carl Carlton. Who is that? She's a bad mama jamma. I do remember that song. That was good. There's Rob Reiner. All right, let's talk about this. Donald Trump's reaction to Rob Reiner's death.
Appropriate.
You really?
Yes.
Go ahead. Why do you think so?
I mean, Trump's been arrested, shot at, all of this. I don't care.
You don't care that he blamed the murder on Trump derangement syndrome? I mean, it is pretty funny. It probably had nothing to do with it. Rob Reiner's kid murdered him because he, I mean, I'm guessing that he murdered him, and I'm guessing the reason he probably did it is because he's a 30-year-old drug addict. He went to Dad. He probably wanted money. Dad said no. You've heard the story of how he embarrassed him at the Conan O'Brien Christmas party with, who was there? Bill Hader and a handful. He was walking around at the party, creeping everyone out, and Conan discouraged everybody from calling the police on him because he didn't want to embarrass Rob Reiner. Now, if you're Conan O'Brien, knowing that you did that, is it kind of your fault a little bit?
Do you think he's got some survivor's guilt?
He's definitely got the survivor's guilt, but can you blame it on him?
I don't know if I'd blame it on him. I don't know if I would, but
I'm sure he's probably blaming it on him.
But it didn't help. All right, biggest news story of the year. Starting in January with Trump getting inaugurated, ending with Somalian refugees having a Leering Center, sprinkle everything in the middle there. What was the biggest news story of the year?
I think the biggest should be the border.
The border getting cleaned up?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of getting lost in all the headlines because it's good news and the media hates good news. But we've had over 2 million people, either through government deportations or self-deportations. Over 2 million people have left the country. Now, to put that in perspective, over 8 years, Barack Obama did 10 million.
You don't think it was Signalgate?
No, I'm gonna have to pass on Signalgate.
You don't think it was Pete Hegseth having a chat?
As big as I think Signalgate was, I think the fact that we've done massive numbers on immigration should have gotten more attention and is a huge piece of news.
Trump was the biggest news story of the year. Let's face it. Trump's second inauguration, administrative launch. The LA wildfires were fascinating. Fire Fest and Fire Aid. 2 music festivals that both resulted in massive scandals, totally unrelated. What did we learn? Don't go to a music festival if the word fire is in the title. Mass deportation and immigration crackdown, as our young contributor Ethan Buchanan just pointed out. Tariffs, trade wars, healthcare overhaul drama. I love what RFK Jr. did at HHS. I think I don't have to agree with him on everything. I think he's great. Brian Kohberger sentenced for the Idaho murders. Sean Diddy Combs trial. Politically motivated Minnesota lawmakers. We all know about that. Foreign policy escalation. Yemen, Venezuela. I don't want to be involved in another war.
I don't think we will.
I don't think we're going to have enough time to solve it right now on the show. I will say this. Happy New Year. This year, I am grateful for my friends at Steve Loves Ammo and Ethan Buchanan of the Next Gen Report. And Steve, any closing thoughts for 2025?
2025 was kind of a firestorm. I'm really enjoying the bombing of the Venezuelan drug boats personally. But other than that, it's been a good year.
I don't mind the bombing of the Venezuelan drug boats at all. Blow them up. We don't need street grade fentanyl. But I don't want to invade Venezuela and do a regime change. Ethan, what do you got?
I don't know. Go to church, guys. That's all I got.
He's right. Happy New Year to you all. We love you. Happy Twixmas, and of course, happy Kwanzaa. We'll be back bright and early in the new year. We'll see you in 2026, everybody.
You are listening to the Pursuit of Happiness Radio. Tell the government to